Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live stream. We have got guests today. We've got two guests, which is very exciting. It feels like it's been a while since we've had guests on this channel, so I'm looking forward to this. We have got Griff and Alyssa, who I met years ago. I don't know how many years ago, and they are backstage. They are waving. They are ready to talk to you, and I see so many people in the comments. If you have come across from their channel, my name is Emma. It is nice to meet you. I am from England. I don't think they really need any introduction, so let's just get straight into the conversation. Griff and Alyssa, everybody, that way.
Hello. Thanks for having us, Emma. What's going on? Good morning from...
It's so nice to talk at the same time. Like, you watch my live streams, I watch your live streams. We talk quite a lot, but we don't normally have a conversation at the same time with feedback.
Yeah, that's just back and forth. But yeah, when was the last time we saw each other?
Yeah, how are you guys? What have you been up to? I try and keep up with where you are in the world, but it seems like you're on Wonder of the Seas and Disney, and not even just cruises, all kinds of stuff you guys get up to.
Oh yeah, we've definitely dialed back a little bit with other stuff though. We've seemed to been on a lot more cruises, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Plenty of cruises. We've done plenty.
Yeah. What, 9 last year?
We did 9 last year, and we've done 3 already this year.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. Yeah, people always ask me, oh, do you do other types of holidays? I don't really have, for me, if I've got the time, it's a cruise at the minute. Obviously with this channel, same with you guys. I know you've tried all kinds of things, with your channel, but very much just cruise based. I can see Hudson's on top of my fridge right now because he knows that I cannot tell him off. Why is he on the fridge? But anyway, hello to everybody who is in the comments. We're just going to do a kind of Q&A today. If you have a question for us, we will do our best to answer as many as we can. If we don't, it's not that we're ignoring you. We just get a lot of comments. It is so funny with Hudson up on top of my fridge, just watching this live stream. Okay. So if you do have a question, and you can start the question with question. Thank you, Sean, for saying this. It just makes it so much easier for me to kind of pick out what is a question and what is everybody just saying hi. We've got lots of highs for you guys. People come across, I guess, from your channel to see you here, which is very exciting. You guys, how often do you go live on your channel? Because it seems like every time I'm on my computer, you guys are live.
Yeah. 4 days a week. So we do a morning show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday night live. So
I appreciate it being in kind of my time zone as well, because normally most people do live streams at 3 in the morning for me, and I never get to see them.
Yeah. Oh wow,
so that's so very cool. Nice. Yeah. So was your last cruise the Disney Dream?
Disney Dream.
Disney Dream. You have a good time? You like it? I think I've kind of gained a reputation. Not that I didn't like my Disney cruise, but people kind of think that I didn't really like it. And you guys, you love the Disney cruises, don't you? You love the Disney everything.
They're magical. It's like a classic approach to like Hollywood era, and it's unique. It's very, is it thematic? It's very thematic.
Yeah.
Where did you go on that one?
We actually just went to Nassau. So we were supposed to go to Nassau and their private island in Castle but unfortunately the weather didn't cooperate and we weren't able to dock. So we had a day. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what you need to do with a Disney cruise. That's where a Disney cruise kind of thrives. The Disney cruise I took was from London. It went nowhere, as in it didn't even have any ports. And it was not the best weather. So it's kind of different. I think I need to try a Disney cruise, a proper one. I just saw a very random question. I have just come off of a river cruise. I don't know if you guys would ever want to do a river cruise.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about it.
Yeah. This question says, do river cruise ship toilets operate the same way as ocean toilets? And yes, they do. Slightly different, but it is the same kind of system. On my river cruise, there were quite a few toilets that were broken. I'm sure they're working it out. But yes, thank you so much, everybody, for your questions. It is going incredibly fast, but I have questions that I want to just ask you guys as well. So I'm going to ask some of those first. You were on Wonder of the Seas recently, weren't you? Wonder of the Seas. What did you think about Wonder of the Seas?
It was so amazing.
It was so big. It was so massive. It was so massive. Very, very fast paced. We had a press pass with them, and so we got to see a little bit behind the scenes of things I've never seen before, which is really cool. So what was one of your favorite parts of it?
Of the whole cruise?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things. I just really like the Oasis class of Royal. So we had cruise on Harmony a couple years ago, and I thought that was probably one of my favorite ships I've ever sailed on. And then for some reason, and I really can't like put my finger on it, but the Wonder seemed way more incredible.
It really did.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the drinks.
Oh, the drinks were great.
The drinks were really good. The cocktails. Did you hear about the peanut butter old fashioned yet?
No.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of peanut butter though, so that sounds terrible.
It's a peanut butter and jelly drink. It's really
it's pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting. It comes with 2 little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's really unique.
I would try it, but knowing I don't like peanut butter anyway, I don't think that would be the drink for me. Gosh, yeah, no, I saw everything. I feel like I've seen more of Wonder of the Seas from everyone's videos when they were on that cruise than ships that I've been on. You know, I could probably tell you more about it than cruise ships that I've actually been on, but it looks amazing. I've never done one of those big Royal Caribbean cruise ships. I'm doing Anthem soon, which is exciting, but never one of the big ones. You've done quite a lot of Royal Caribbean, haven't you, I think?
We have. I think 17 or 18 cruises with Royal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Experts on Royal Caribbean.
We're trying to expand out though.
Yeah, well, we have a question that says, what is your favorite cruise line? So do you think it's Royal Caribbean, Disney?
I think Royal's favorites.
Virgin?
I honestly, it's Royal, Disney, and Virgin, and they're all so different. And I think it's so hard for us to pick one. Our go-to is Royal because they have like the most itineraries, they have the most ships. But I don't know, Disney and Virgin are up there too.
Yeah, it's almost like a mood and an itinerary. It's how we're feeling and what the itinerary is. So kind of vibe.
Vibe.
Yeah, because I did a short Virgin cruise just to see what they're all about, and it was different. You know, it was different from a standard cruise, but it surprised me that it wasn't more different. I felt like before Virgin were advertising it as this is totally not for cruisers. This is, completely different. And if you do like a cruise, if you like a Royal Caribbean cruise, I think that you were still kind of like a Virgin cruise. So that's good. But yeah, you booked again. So I think that is high praise for Virgin. The only reason I didn't is because the ships are the same. And I kind of just thought, I could do a big Royal Caribbean or something like that. But which one are you on next? Not that it matters really. They're all exactly the same.
Which Virgin, is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Scarlet Lady.
Okay, cool.
We went on with some of our friends back in November, and we liked it so much that we're taking different friends this next time.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that shows, even more than you booking it again, that shows that you would take other people on that cruise, which is amazing. Thank you, James, for my super chat. And we have a question from Ashley who says, have you guys ever done an MSC cruise? MSC cruises.
Ooh, great question. You want to tackle that one?
Sure. We did MSC back in August. We sailed on the very first sailing back on the Meraviglia, and it was very different. I'm not going to say I didn't like it because I did, but I'm ready to sail it after all of things get kind of more back to normal.
I would like to try their new one, the Seashore. And there's
so many. MSC.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's so many.
They just pop out ships like every few months. I don't know how they do it, but
isn't there a new one around the corner later this year?
There's always. There's a whole new, Europa, a whole new class of MSC ships going on. But yeah, they have so many, and they were sailing from. They didn't even. They stopped briefly in 2020, but they were sailing from the summer. So they've been, they know kind of what they're doing. When I did a Seaview cruise recently in the Caribbean, and we had 23% capacity, which was just insane. For the price we paid, I couldn't have flown there, from the UK cheaper than the cruise and the flights, which is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. What do you think of Princess cruises? What do you think about Princess?
Ooh, Princess. So we haven't sailed Princess, but we finally did a little more research, and the newly announced Discovery, or now sailing Discovery Princess looks interesting, and the Alaska itinerary looks really, really interesting. So,
I think
we are hoping to form an opinion in the next year.
Really soon.
That is good. I think you guys would like it. It is. It is a slower pace than a Royal Caribbean cruise or a Virgin cruise, but they do everything very consistently good. The food is consistently good. The entertainment is consistently good. It's not, Norwegian Cruise Line Broadway style shows. It's not ice skating. It's very, middle, but it's always consistently good, which I like about Princess. It's quite reliable.
I appreciate consistency.
Yeah, I like consistency. We purposely.
Yeah, if you like food, then I think you're good.
Yeah.
And the ships are so like the swimming pools on the ships. There's like 5 or 6 on every ship, which is nice, and it's just pretty chilled. Yeah, it's nice.
I like the technology on the new one, the sleep technology and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, all of the wearable tech on Princess is super cool. And I did a cruise last year, a British Isles cruise, and we were in Scotland, in Glasgow. It was pouring with rain, as it always is in Scotland. It feels like, and we went swimming, and there was no one there. Wore the wristband because it's waterproof. It was very, very cool. It was very nice. No one else braved it.
Yeah.
But yes, other people in the comments have also booked Virgin Voyages again, even though the ships are the same. I don't think it's bad that the ships are the same, and I would cruise with them again. It's just for the, you guys know, like for the channel, I'd prefer to do, something different. And like you guys wanting to try Princess, I haven't cruised with, I've never cruised with Carnival, Holland America. I'd like to try those ones. Yeah. How did you guys get into all of this stuff? I followed you for years, and I met you when we went to a Scarlet Lady thing, but I was very intimidated. You guys were super famous and really good at everything, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, look at those guys, look how good their Instagram looks and everything. But I don't think I know anything about your story kind of before that. So why and how did you start everything on YouTube?
It was on accident. I don't know. It kind of happened on accident. We were getting married, and Alyssa had a videographer booked for our wedding because we were going to do a cruise wedding, get married in St. Thomas. And the videographer dropped, 4 or 5 days before the wedding?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
They double booked.
They
claimed. And I was like,
and so they canceled our booking, and so we didn't have a videographer. And I was thinking, we could just make like a family style movie. I'll just film it and record it. It'll be for us to watch back. And I'll set the camera on a tripod for our actual wedding, and we'll just watch it back that way. And so then we thought, hey, we should share this footage with our friends and family. And so I put the video on YouTube. Yeah. And we sent the link out to our friends and family, and then we just decided to check on if they got it. YouTube said, views you guys, like, it should be like 6 or 7 views. Yeah. 30,000 views. And we're like, whoa, this is insane. Wow. And so a couple of comments were like, when's the next episode? And we're like, the next episode? What do you mean the next episode?
Wow.
Right. We're not going to get married again.
Oh my gosh. I didn't, if that's where you started, like you started on a really high. I mean, I was putting out videos on YouTube that, they'd get 20, 30 views for years. If I got 100, I was so happy with that. But you like stumbled into it. Mine was a very conscious effort for a very, very long time. But that is so cool. I didn't know that was how you do it. I know now, I mean, I see all of the amazing quality of everything you guys make, and I'm very envious. I don't have patience for all the techie stuff. I do the bare minimum, but your stuff looks fantastic.
We love it. It's super fun.
Yeah. It's nice you guys have each other, working on it together. So you can kind of help each other out, which is
cool. Working together is fun. Yeah. What, you went full-time
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Wow. And I just went full-time a year and a half.
Yeah.
So it's been awesome. And once I was finally full-time, I think you saw our happy meter just kind of skyrocket.
Yeah.
Because now they're at home relaxing. You're like, you want to go
relaxing?
You go on a trip together.
I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Video about it. But you remember, I just had to have my laptop with me at all times because I was working 2 jobs. This is a full-time job and my actual job. And so, as you know, more than anybody, YouTube's full time. It takes a lot of your attention.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did, 2 full-time jobs for many years, and it would be, replying to things on my lunch break, and I'd edit before work, and I used to even go to work, go to the gym, come home, eat dinner, do cruise stuff, and then go to bed. I don't know how I did it. I honestly don't know how I did it. Especially when 20 views or something, but I appreciate that I did. So. Yeah. Thanks to pass me. We have a question. Have you guys been on celebrity cruises? Cruising on Celebrity Silhouette this summer in Southampton.
Oh, celebrity sounds fun. Everything at the Beyond.
Oh yes. See, I just cancelled Beyond.
Okay.
You can say it that we don't have anything booked.
Yeah, we don't have
you can say whatever
booked,
you want.
But I share your excitement with celebrity. It's Equinox has been on our radar, but with lockdown, a lot of our stuff got canceled. Apex came out, and then of course,
we were booked on the Celebrity Apex,
and things kept getting canceled. And like, okay, let's just wait a little bit. And once it came out, we're like, okay, the Beyond's right around the corner. Let's look at that one. So
yeah, I had to cancel a Beyond launch press visit that I was supposed to be going on because it was 6 days before I'm supposed to be doing my Brave the Shave fundraising event, and we're doing a 90s themed cruise the day after, and I think I've got almost 100 people I know on that cruise, including friends who we first booked this cruise in 2019 for 2020, 2021, 2022, and if I'd been leading my friends on for 3 years that they're going to go on their first cruise with me and then I can't go, I can't risk that.
We've been there.
So it wasn't nice to send that email and say, I'm not coming, but the ship will still be there, and I can't move this kind of 90s themed cruise. So hopefully, I mean, if I stay home and I get COVID anyway, I'm going to be so annoyed. But I'm doing as most as I can because I really want to go on this cruise. So that'll be really good.
Sounds fun.
It will be fun. I think you guys would. I think you would like it. You should try some of the British cruise lines. It's different. It is different. But we're doing Marella. So the ship I'm on is Marella Discovery 2, which is one of the old Royal Caribbean ships from the 90s. And it's nice what they've done with it. I know my friends are going to go on this ship and be like, wow, this is such a big ship. I'm like, it's really not. But if they've never even seen a cruise ship, and you can't kind of explain that scale. So I think it's a good way to start. And also Morella's all inclusive. All of our drinks are there. We're going to have cocktails in the sun. I'm going to wear a hat, or my head's going to get sunburnt, I think, when I don't have any hair. But I think that will be really good. So, yes. You say you haven't got anything booked. You haven't got anything booked at all?
We have Symphony coming up.
You do?
Yeah, I know. I mean, on Celebrity.
On Celebrity.
Yeah, okay. What are your plans for just roughly? What are you interested in doing or looking at? I'm always looking at things.
Oh, we're always looking.
The Norwegian Prima looks super exciting.
It's so expensive though. My goodness.
So I think some of the sailings after the inaugural,
they're so expensive.
I know.
They're not, I mean, they're not 10 grand expensive, but they are still expensive because I was looking at them actually two days ago with our travel agent, and I was like, whew, I don't know.
For me, I mean, I cruised with Norwegian. That was my first cruise when I was a child, when I was a teenager, going into, my first cruise I took my boyfriend. Norwegian was what I knew. And I haven't done it in a while just because it's got more expensive. And I have a couple of friends, the cruise boys, they're often in the chat. They're not here because they're on a cruise. They're in an airport or a plane or something now. But they booked Prima as soon as it came out. And they've been looking, at the prices now. And it is 3 times what they paid for it. So clearly it sold well. And I think unless you did it literally on that launch day, it's just expensive. It is. But it does look so good.
It looks so great.
Yeah.
And they have the restaurant called Hudson's, which would be perfect for me and Hudson. But yeah, I don't know. Thomas says, "Have you been on a cruise in Norway? What kind of? Where have you been in the world? Maybe you just answer everywhere."
So we've really only cruised the Caribbean. We've cruised to Mexico, so the Mexican Riviera, and Alaska. So we would love to do some sort of European cruise this year.
Yeah.
That would be lovely. I just don't know yet.
I have a bucket list cruise. I want to do a river cruise with Viking.
I would love to.
Oh, yes.
I just want to so bad.
That's the thing. I mean, I did a river cruise very recently, and I knew Viking ruled the rivers. I knew that they were the biggest in theory, but you see their ships absolutely everywhere, lined up next to each other, and they have 76 river ships.
Wow.
76, yeah. And everywhere we would do an excursion, and you would see everyone with their Viking umbrellas, because on Viking, of course, if it's raining, they're going to give you umbrellas, and you get everything on a Viking cruise because it's Viking and it's very luxurious. But yes, you would love that. You absolutely would. And same, I'd love to give it a try, see what the kind of difference is. Yeah, Lou's in here. Viking river cruises are awesome. Yes, Lou's a big Viking fan. Yeah, Lou. Sean says, what cruise line is your highest loyalty program? I'm guessing Royal Caribbean for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean, then you have Disney.
Yeah, we have Royal Caribbean. We're about to be Diamond. So our next sailing, like 4 days into our next sailing, will officially be Diamond. So you gotta wait for your next sailing to be Diamond. But and then Disney, we are Gold now.
What is your Carnival right now?
Probably still Gold.
Still Gold. Okay.
Yeah. Carnival is pretty big, like a pretty big jump from because it's like what, blue, then red, then gold, and then whatever the next one is. I don't know.
I don't know. I have
quite a way to go.
So when do you think you'll do Carnival?
I'm soon, I think.
You're working on it? Okay.
It's my next one that I need to do, and I'm making efforts towards it. So yes, I'm excited about it. I did try in 2020. It's the closest I've ever come. I came within a few months of a Carnival cruise, but you know what happened, and it just didn't work out. And I thought, you know, because Carnival, they just don't really cruise in Europe much. They don't come to me, so I have to, you know, plan probably from the US to cruise with Carnival. So I took a refund and I just booked other things, and everything kind of happened. And then I'm sure you had the same situation where things got cancelled, everything got pushed, and then everything kind of happened at once. Right. So yes, I really am. I am excited to try Carnival. I think it'll be good. So you guys like Carnival, yeah?
It's all right.
Don't say it's terrible. I think
it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
I think it depends on what ship you do. And so like we've had some really great Carnival cruises, and we've had some just okay ones. And so that's kind of why we're not like going forward with like booking all the Carnival, because we know if you go with Carnival, you do know what you're going to get for the most part.
Yeah.
Carnival ships are fairly similar depending on, you know, the size or whatever. But
whenever I look at them, and I've cruised with Costa, who are the Italian cruise line, and they have even the same kind of lampshades. Like they're so similar.
It's the same.
So I've done the Italian Carnival. I just haven't done the Carnival. But yeah, same. I mean, for me, it's Norwegian Cruise Line, highest loyalty program. And I matched it with MSC because they do a kind of status match thing. So even on my first MSC cruise, I was the highest status. So that was nice.
Have you been able to check out Ocean Key with MSC yet?
No, I haven't. I'd like to. I've only done kind of the Southern Caribbean one I did recently. And then I've done European MSC cruises round and round the Mediterranean, like they do often. You should do the classic Mediterranean loop, 7-day one.
That's
like
what we do. So
I've done it a couple of times, and I mean, where else can you do a 7-day cruise? I mean, we visited 5 different countries in 7 days, and they're all different languages, completely different. So I definitely recommend it. I mean, it's just the airfare, isn't it, really? And I keep looking at, you know, the really cheap repositioning cruises across the Atlantic, and I think, I'll just hop on, it's really cheap, but it adds up. You know, so
you still gotta fly back.
Exactly. Or
do Greece and then the Med. If we fly over, we should just do like 14 days.
Yeah, I think I tend to say the same. I mean, my MSC one I did was 7 nights, but that was really just, it was so cheap. I didn't plan it. It came with the flights. It was pretty much, you know, the flight is going, either you take up the space or you don't. So I decided to go. But normally, for the jet lag, especially if you're coming over to Europe, that's going to hit you quite hard.
Yeah, I remember.
When we came to Italy for
2 days.
It was less than 72 hours, I think we were there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And we flew right back 2 days later.
Wow. I mean, for me, if I'm going over to the US, I just stay up late for 1 day, and then you're in the sink. But it's coming back and being like, I have to sleep, but for me, it's the middle of the day, and it's so hard to do that. So I do think, I don't know if would you guys consider a transatlantic, you know, where you change the clocks like every day? I don't know how that would be.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It would be very interesting.
It would.
Sure.
I don't know, because, I mean, we've all had the daylight savings, and that hour, you know, you do notice it. And if you're doing that every day, I'm sure it's still a lot better than you have to go through the time anyway. But
I'll say, like with our cruises to Alaska, for instance, so both of them that we cruise out of Seattle. And so from here to Seattle, the time difference is 3 hours, right?
Okay.
And so we usually go to Seattle for at least a day or two to kind of get adjusted. But then from Seattle into Alaska, that's an additional hour. So then now you're 4 hours from home.
Wow.
And
that
so,
doesn't, I don't know.
Right. So then it's like 4 hours for like almost a week. I mean, depending on the itinerary, right? And then you're back to 3, and then you're back home. And it's just like that is significant.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I know that makes sense, but it kind of doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like it's that far across, but of course it is. Yeah. I mean, for me, from the UK to the Southern Caribbean cruise I did was only 4 hours difference.
Okay, yeah.
And that seems like a long way across the Atlantic. But of course, it makes sense. Todd asks, are the loyalty programs similar, and do you get more benefits with particular cruise lines? What do you guys get on Royal Caribbean? I'm right at the bottom of Royal Caribbean.
So right now we are Emerald on Royal Caribbean, and we get bottles of water in our stateroom and some. Yeah,
nice.
We do get like half price on like glasses of wine and stuff like that, but it's not pretty significant until you hit Diamond. Diamond, you have access to like a private lounge. Right now, they're giving you like a 4-day or 4-drink voucher per day, which is kind of nice because they used to only do like happy hour or something like that in the Diamond lounge, where you could just get free drinks, but it's every day. But now they're essentially loading vouchers onto your card, and you can use them wherever. So it's kind of nice. That's the most that I know.
I think that's about right. I mean, it does surprise me when people say, "Oh, I'll only cruise the Royal Caribbean because I've got loyalty," and I'm like, there's so many different things you would enjoy that could be, you know, cheaper, and you could spend the money on whatever your freebie thing is. Like for me on Norwegian, I get like a bag of laundry, I think, a specialty meal as well. That's nice, but it's not enough to make me, you know,
only cruise.
Only cruise with them. Or MSC,
laundry.
But some people do kind of think like that, and I just think, you know, just you would like other things as well. I think if you like Royal Caribbean, you'll like Norwegian. If you like Celebrity, you'll like Princess. They're not a world away. On MSC, you get the solid chocolate MSC ship, which is quite cool. It's impossible to eat. Impossible. Like, you just end up with teeth marks on it because you just have to chew on it. There's nothing else you can do with it. But it just shows up in your room, and I like it when just free snacks show up. So especially since I didn't earn it. I didn't even earn it, so it's extra good. Thank you, Bonnie, for my super chat. It says Happy Good Friday. Happy Good Friday, yes. How does it, do you guys get days off? Like, it's a bank holiday here, Friday and Monday, so we get the 2 days off.
Yeah, I believe it's the same here.
Okay. That is good. Not that it really matters. Like, people say, oh, you know, you're doing a live stream today. It's a bank holiday. It doesn't really matter what the weekends are, the weekdays, you know. It doesn't really matter to us in our line of work.
No, we work all
the time, every day.
Just a day, another day. But
on multiple platforms.
Yeah. The only kind of difference is that I've got a big Easter egg that I'm saving for Sunday, a big chocolate Easter egg, because I think you're supposed to save it till Sunday. That's the only thing. But
do you eat the Peeps, the little marshmallow?
No, Peeps? I've only had those in America. And they're such funny colors. They don't look like they should be a food. Gotta be honest. They're nice though. I like them. I like anything kind of marshmallowy and sugary and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got a family in America, so the only time I've ever had them is when we're there, and they're like, "You've got to get the Peeps. It's Easter." But you guys do Easter on like a whole different scale from us. We eat chocolate and that's it. Really, we don't. The decorations and things that I've seen in some of the
some people go all out.
Like everywhere. It's cool to see, but not such a huge thing here. But we do get 2 days off work.
No Easter bunny knocking on your front door. Nothing.
Not since I was a child, really. Not really as an adult.
I've got some chocolate eggs for you. You ready to go?
I just buy my own. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I can't tell you photos I've seen.
Important question. Pepsi or Coke?
Oh, Coke. Coke.
Oh, really?
Really? Do you like Pepsi?
I was gonna say, I know she likes Pepsi. Yeah.
I'm not against Coke. I drink I'll drink Coke as well, but Pepsi.
I should be specific. I like Coke with lime and rum.
Oh, that is very specific. That's not just Coke.
Yeah, it's just not just Coke. I don't.
Yeah, it's Pepsi Max for me. Pepsi Max above everything else. It's just so good. the best. You guys which kind of private islands have you done? Have you been to I've never been to any. You've been to any?
Wow. We've
never ever. You've been to them.
Cocoa Key.
Several
times. We've been to Ocean Key. We mentioned that earlier. We've been to Castaway Key.
Half Moon.
Almost at Harvest Key. What is Harvest Key?
That is Norwegian in Belize, I believe. We've not been there.
Okay.
But it's a whole new.
We've been to Bimini.
Oh, and Bimini, yeah.
It's a whole new world to me. It's they don't have private islands in around the UK or anything.
Probably not.
Well, it's terrible. I'd love to. I'd love to. It looks cool.
Lilliput, or
I like the ones with the water slides and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll get there at some point. It feels quite far away from me right now, but that's okay. So many people on Team Coke. Generic cola, interesting. I will drink anything, even if it's like 13p for 2 liters, and you're supposed to, clean your toilets with it. I don't care. I love any kind of diet soda like that. We've got so many lovely comments in there, not questions, just statements, which I think is really nice. Thank you so much. If you've come across from your channel to mine, or you've never met, this is our introduction. We do live streams like this every week, and we've had all kinds of guests on it. Do you bring squash with you on a cruise? I don't know. You guys don't drink squash outside of the UK, but this is squash.
I was like, I know what that is.
What is squash?
So it's just like a diluted juice. Basically, you put in this much squash, the rest is water. It's like a flavored water, like a Kool-Aid, but without the sugar in it, kind of. And I think I've got about 6 in my kitchen over there. But I do take squash with me on cruises. I took it on my river cruise because you can get tiny little ones that have like flavored drops. The river cruise I took includes drinks with meals, but not the rest of the time. And it's just, I don't know. You can drink the tap water on ships and things. Sometimes it just tastes like, I don't know, it tastes like it's come out of a hose or a paddling pool or something. So I do take squash, and I do like it. We have a question which says, "Are you an inside cabin or a balcony?" Whoop whoop.
Ooh. So we used to be solely inside, right? Because that's the cheapest way to get on the ship, and I don't mind it at all. Actually, I've always said that I get the best sleep on cruise ships, specifically because when you're on inside, it's super dark, right? But we've been a little spoiled as of late. And we've been in a balcony almost every single cruise. And so I really like that balcony.
Yeah, balcony. Yeah. So I'm team balcony.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with team inside, but I do understand that balcony cabins are lovely, and I have had plenty, and they are really nice. If it's not much more, then I'll look at it. But when it's kind of sometimes it's double the price, and to me that's just
I'd rather cruise inside and save money than not go at all. I'd just say that.
Yeah, I think
the best
so.
sleep is in an inside cabin.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, the danger is for me, I think I could sleep about 16 hours straight without even knowing.
What time is it?
Which is quite nice. I think it's like a proper reset, because it kind of vibrates slightly, like the little hum of the ship. It just makes me sleep so well. So yes, but we'll go for a bit of both on that one. We have a question which I have lost. Where is it? It was something about you guys and your RV life, and are you done with that? It looked amazing, though. It looks so nice. Like I miss it. It's nothing to do with me.
I loved the entire process of renovating it. That is definitely my jam. I love doing stuff like that, and getting to hang out with my parents and like my dad helping, and that was amazing. The RV turned out beautifully. Our plans just changed a little bit. So we purchased it back in July of 2020 with the idea of renovating and then going on the road. Well, we finished the renovation at the end of October. We got back here in Florida in November. And the plan was to then, after it got a little warmer everywhere else besides Florida, we would start traveling, right? Because during the winter time, I don't want to be taking the RV in the snow, right? That wasn't a thing.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, plans changed a little bit because we signed a contract that kind of kept us in Florida longer than we anticipated.
Okay.
So we were living in the RV full time in Florida. For 8 months. And It wasn't my favorite thing. Like I liked the RV part because like we could pick up and go, right?
Yeah, but if you're not,
if we're not, then it's you're living in 268 square feet, and it's the two of us and the dog, and we're trying to do our everyday life in it, and it wasn't where it was at. And so I was like, okay, well, let's still try to plan a road trip for the summer. Back in like I don't know February, March, and cruising came back.
Yep.
And so I'm like, okay, well, right. This is kind of our main thing. This is the main reason we started the channel. Our audience wants to see us cruise. And so we said, cool, let's continue to cruise. Booked all the cruises that we possibly could. And we ended up selling the RV. Yeah. So ideally, I would have loved to keep the RV and done like occasional trips. But then we were trying to buy a house, and I was like, well, let's just sell it. And then because we can't buy the RV or buy a house and keep the RV at the same time. That's how our bank accounts work. So we sold her, and
it made me laugh. Look, I saw your video the other day when you said that they offered you a $400 mortgage, and it made me laugh so much.
It was awful. So
what, why? It's not even worth the piece of paper, like them offering it to you. Because
I'd rather you said,
I thought they would if it wasn't enough that you could buy a house with it. And I don't know any houses you can buy $400.
I don't know anything that you can buy.
There's an inflatable bounce house on Amazon for about $126.
You don't even have any land, or like that doesn't really help. Where are you going to put it?
Someone's backyard. So.
Yeah, I suppose so. Just put out an alert. I need somewhere to stay.
Pretty cool open roof concept. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I'd watch it if this is the way your channel is going. Then I would watch it. But yeah, maybe not.
YouTuber moves into bounce house full time.
Yeah, I mean that would get views, wouldn't it?
It would.
For a bit, it would get a bit repetitive. There's not much you could really like in the rain, in the snow.
It's raining again.
Yeah, maybe not. Do you find on your channel if you deviate away from the cruise stuff, it just doesn't do well? Because even for me, river cruising, whenever I did river cruise stuff before, YouTube was like, whoa, this is different.
This is not it.
It's taking a little bit to reintroduce ourselves back to cruising. But
you're introducing yourself now to whoever is watching this.
Yes, thank you.
So there's a little piece. I've got like, obviously I'm going to say my people are the best, but they're very nice. So hopefully, they'll check you out. But yeah, for me, I mean, I first did a couple of river cruise videos and it was, 9 out of 10, YouTube hates this, no one wants to watch it. And now my best performing video is a river cruise video. So I kind of just...
Congratulations, I hit 1 million, didn't it?
It's insane. Can you imagine 1 million? Like I can't think about 1 million.
That's so cool.
But yeah, no, crazy cool. But now I think I've just trained YouTube. I'm doing ocean and I'm doing river and
still on the water.
Yeah, it's still the same kind of. I will say there's not really much crossover, and the only thing that I hear about ocean cruising, if I'm on a river cruise, is I could never do those big ships with all of those people on them. That's kind of the feeling I get on the river cruises. But I think I think just try. People should just try. You can always not do it again if you don't like it.
Yeah, I like your experiment with like the cheapest cruise stuff. Now I'm like looking like I want to do one.
I love it. Like I enjoy it so much more. Yeah,
save as much as possible and go.
So. Yeah. Honestly, so I find it so fun. Like if I spend an amount on something, or I spend double on it, I enjoy it more if I've spent less on it, even if it's. I think it's just me. I will drink the 13p 2-liter cola and I will enjoy it because it's cheap and I like it. So that's probably just more me than just cruising. We have a question about seasickness. Do either of you ever have any seasickness problems?
Oh no. Yes, I have.
Oh,
you remember that the Carnival Paradise?
Oh, that was bad.
That was a bad experience.
This is actually it's funny now, but it was really bad at the time.
Yeah.
I was not ready.
Like bad weather?
So Carnival Paradise is an older ship, and I'm just gonna tell the story.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Preface the statement for Roger here is that we were on an older ship and they didn't have stabilizers.
I was just gonna say that.
Cool.
So,
don't put off Roger.
Yeah. No.
I'll answer it afterwards. Yeah.
So most of the time we're totally fine, right? And of course, we've been on 30 some cruises, so we're kind of used to it, but at the same time, like it doesn't really affect us, right?
Yeah.
But you can always be prepared, Roger. We always bring, just in case, we have those bands, whatever, pressure point
the button ones.
Yeah. And I always bring gin-gins, like the ginger juice.
Okay.
So those are our go-to. But in this case, the ship was quite old, and we were crossing we sailed out of Tampa and crossing over to Cozumel, right? In January. So the weather was no bueno, right? So the Gulf of Mexico is like literally like this.
Yeah.
And we were on a work conference. So before I stopped working, I was full-time at a t-shirt company, and I planned this because I thought it was going to be fun. Our annual conference with 80 franchisees. Well, it was 80 cabins, right? So it was like 150, 200 people.
Oh, wow.
On this 4-day cruise to Cozumel. And so we're sitting in the meetings literally doing this.
Like, so bad.
That's so much worse when when other people, if I bring someone and they, have a bad experience, I feel worse than if it's me.
It was not good. So I'm just going to say, stay away from the Carnival Paradise in January.
I think that's fair. Yeah. So I'm someone who, I can't go in the car for more than like an hour. I'm very travel sick in buses, everything. I can't go backwards on the train. I'm just a travel sick person. Yeah. I don't go on cruises assuming that I'm going to get seasick. And if the weather's fine, I'm totally fine. It's just if I get stuck in a storm, or I do cruise in the Mediterranean in November or January because I like the cheap cruises. That's the only time I really get seasick. But I think if you bring seasickness medication, if they say over the tannoy, as we say here, the voiceover thing, if they say we're experiencing bad weather tonight, take the seasickness pills in advance. Don't put yourself through it. And for me, like, I'm fine now. I just dose myself up with it, and it's it's not a problem, but it's not nice. I have taken cruises where I have been quite seasick, where I've had to sleep on the floor because, the bed was just going the wrong way and you were going up and down. It's not nice. But I don't go on a cruise assuming I'm going to get sick. I would say, like, I don't know, 1 in 10 times if we hit bad weather, based on my choices, which are always the cheapest and the worst cabins. So, try not to worry too much.
20, 25.
And we were in the very back of the ship, too.
Back of the ship. I was on stage, and it was awful.
That's the thing. I mean, people always ask me, should you book a cabin in the middle if you get seasick, lower down? It's better there, but do I take that advice? Never. I want the cheapest cabin. It's cheaper for me to get like a packet of seasickness pills rather than to pay for my new cabin. So try not to worry too much about it. There's plenty of things you can do, and most people don't feel any movement at all. I mean, if you are worried, take a river cruise because you will not feel a single thing. We sailed away while I was doing a live stream on my river cruise, and I didn't even notice till I lost the internet.
It's like, oh, dang it.
It went black, and I was like, oh, we've actually left. Like, I just didn't realize. But yes, we have a question which says, which cruise line do you think has the most millennials on their ships?
That's a fascinating question.
It is.
I'm going to bounce back and forth between Royal and Carnival.
Interesting.
A lot of actually, it's more so the weekend trips.
Yes,
your weekend getaways.
Yes, agreed. I'd say Virgin maybe are trying to do that as well. I took a seacation around the UK, so I didn't think it was a true representation of who would be on that cruise. It was a short weekend one, but they're trying to go for that. But they're adult only, so there's no kids, and you tend to get millennials when you get families on cruises. So,
I will say that when we were on Virgin in November, there was a wide variety, and like I was actually surprised at the wide variety of cruises that were on board, and so I'm interested to see in the next sailing what the demographic is, because it was like it was so close to then just starting out, and I know there were a lot of like travel agents and stuff on board too, so I'm interested in like seeing what their actual demographic is.
That's the same with mine. I mean, I have cruised with Virgin, but it was only people from the UK can go on it. We're going around the UK. We went nowhere on that cruise, and it was literally people from 18 to like 100 because that was really what we could do, and it was exciting and it was cool and it was good, but I don't think it's a true representation of who was on there. Thank you to Richard for my super chat, and he says, "Sorry, I'm late." You do not have to apologize if you're late for these live streams. I'm not like taking a register and expecting people to stay for an hour. I just say I'm here for an hour on Fridays. If you want to come, then we're here, and if you don't, then that's cool. But we have a question. It says, "Is it about the ship's experience or the port for you guys, or something in between?"
In between.
I'm gonna say back to what we said earlier. That was just kind of our vibe. Like what vibe are we going for? Like, are we going for the brand new ship, or do I want to go to Aruba, or you know what I mean? It's just like it depends on what we want to do in that moment. So there's a lot of factors that play into it.
Right. What was it? One of the Bora Bora sailings. It's an older ship and it's smaller, but. We would be going to the ports. We're going to the ports. Look incredible. So it kind of depends on
what we want to do at that time.
I think it's kind of the same for me. I might say, I fancy going on a cruise to Norway. As a overall theme, I want to go to a place, and then the ship, and then the actual ports maybe a bit further down. It does depend. I don't know if it's the same with you guys. That I tend to have cruises which are. I'm going with my family. It's a normal cruise, and then I have cruises which I took for this channel, and I wouldn't have booked a 3-day Disney cruise if it wasn't for wanting just to try it. So I tend to have a bit of a split there, which is nice. It is
yeah. Sometimes you're like, as Tony from La Lita Loca would say, like I'm on assignment. I'm not. This is intentional. I'm going with research. Like very cool.
Yeah, but then sometimes, I took a cruise on an older P&O ship over Christmas, and I knew most of my audience are from the US, so for a start, they don't really care too much about P&O, the British cruise line, and would they care about one of the older ships? Not really, but we had the worst weather I've ever had on a cruise on there, so my story became, this is a terrible storm. We had about, I don't even know, they changed our itinerary, and it was basically... I wouldn't have booked it because it had so many sea days. It was over Christmas. It's not a good time. We sailed down to the Canary Islands, Tenerife, Lanzarote, all of those things. But it's still, it was still really interesting to show people, but not for what I thought, that wasn't the plan. But it was kind of, our cruise was cancelled. The ship we booked it on was not restarting yet. So it was either go or don't go, and we had quite a lot of family going on it for Christmas, so it was good. It was nice. Thank you, Jim, for my super chat, who has given me money for a takeaway. Thank you, Jim. I'm very tempted to get a Chinese takeaway tonight. No, Emma loves to cook. Emma does not love to cook at all. Definitely not. I'm not good at it. I just resent it. I don't know. I know you guys, I see you cooking things sometimes, and it looks amazing. If you could cook it for me, then brilliant.
Hey.
But I'm like, I spent half an hour on this and I ate it in 2 minutes. That's the thing I struggle with about cooking.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I can do it all.
I cook. I enjoy it. It's easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd prefer to bake something. I don't know why that's different, but that's just a bit more enjoyable to me than cooking.
I also prefer to bake stuff.
A lot of ideas come from like cooking too. So while I'm cooking, it's so like easy.
Yeah,
I'm like thinking about a YouTube concept. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm chopping garlic. I'm roasting something. And like, ooh, idea.
Yeah. I always have my best ideas when I'm not trying to. If I'm trying, it doesn't work. It's always, I'm out for a walk or something, and I think, oh, that's a good thumbnail, or that's a good something like that. It just pops into my brain, or you see something and you think, oh, that's a good. I could, do something similar to that, which is always helpful. But yeah, if I sit down and I think, oh, I've got to get a video out this week, I need to think of something, I can't do it. It just does not flow. Does not flow at all.
Mm-hmm.
We have a question which is about cruise line excursions. Do you do excursions or do you do your own thing?
Ooh. We often do excursions not through the cruise line. So we'll go to, say we're going to St. Thomas. I'll just look up things to do in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And we'll usually book directly with the local tour company.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
A bit of our specialty would really work with local businesses to help them get their.
We still do that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I'm saying like we haven't put a travel guide,
I see.
Like a guide to certain ports in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would give them the video and the footage and the photos, and they can.
Yeah, good. How good for them? You bring the most amazing quality to everything. And yeah, the cruise lines do take a huge percentage of their excursions.
I think it's 70.
It's insane. I'm sure it depends, based on where you are, what cruise line it is, but it is a lot of money that the cruise line takes. And I mean, when I did MSC cruises in the Caribbean, it wasn't run by MSC. It was literally what we paid for was to meet on the ship and then get off. Like I could have done that myself. Right. I normally am not a fan of the cruise line excursions unless they're kind of included or unless, it would have to be a special thing for me to do it. I do use them as research though quite a lot. I'll log in to see what they think is worth doing in a certain port. But I have been on cruises before. I took one with some friends. It was their first cruise, and they booked an excursion. It was to go to an aquarium, I think, or something like that. They booked an excursion, $50, for example. I went for a walk. I walked past the aquarium, and it was like $15 to enter. And I was like, they sold it as this is the only way you can get here is on this magical bus, and like you could walk there in 5 minutes. So sometimes just a bit of research into things like that, and I think it's nice. Sometimes I like to just wander off. Sometimes I find cool things that I didn't even mean to, just wandering around. So
I recommended that the other day in Alaska. Just do a walking tour. You'll find something. Pay attention to signs for wildlife, but you know. There are bears, but you can go for a walk.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, if you want to. On my river cruise that I did recently, they normally include excursions on river cruises, but it's normally like an hour and a half walking tour with a local guide. And that's like a really good thing to do in the morning. And then you can do whatever you want to do after that. But there's so many places you can do, especially in a lot of the European ports I visit. They have, free tour guides, and you just pay them whatever you think, which is quite cool because it's always a local person who lives there who just meets you and shows you, how to get on the trains and how, different things work, which is good. We have a question which says, do you guys usually book through the cruise line or through a particular travel agent? What are you thinking?
We have our own travel agent.
We do.
She's amazing, and she books all of our cruises for us. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, which is super nice because one, she can deal with all the things that I deal with, and she gets paid commission from the cruise line, so it's also helping a small business.
Yes, agreed. There's a very few things that I will book directly if there is. Like sometimes it's hard to explain. We have a supermarket here called Tesco, and you get points and you can spend them on Royal Caribbean cruises, but you have to do it directly. So there's certain little things like that I will book directly. Or my river cruise I booked directly because I could get 10% cash back on it through this website, can do it through a travel agent. But normally, why would I waste the time phoning the cruise line trying to change something if someone else can do it for me? And it doesn't. Yeah, it should
they like to do it because it's their job, and
I do imagine that they just have all of these phones kind of lined up for different groups, because it's sometimes I work with an agent called Emma, also with Team Emma together, and sometimes she'll say, "Oh, I've been on the phone to celebrity for 3 hours trying to change someone's." this or that. And it should never cost more to use a travel agent. Sometimes I get the comments of saying, why would I pay? You should never pay. Something's gone very, very wrong.
Right. Yeah. You pay any extra.
Yeah. Do not do that. Like you can look. Like I normally will find something somewhere and I will send it to Emma and I will say, can you just send me the quote for this? And if it's never been more, but if it was, I'd be like, no, that's not how this works.
Why is this?
Do you guys have a favorite cruise line food?
Ooh. I like a lot.
People will know my answer, I think.
I'll go with dessert first. The date pudding on Disney Dream is amazing.
It's pretty darn good.
And then the apple tart, the apple blossom from Royal Caribbean. It's so good. I love
that. Sounds amazing.
Those are my two favorite things.
That sounds good.
Food.
Pressure.
I don't know. So my thing is I liked almost everything I had on Virgin. Their food was just
good.
Blown out of the water, right? That was so good.
The braised short rib on Odyssey of the Seas.
Nice.
So great.
And the sea bass on Disney is my favorite. Sea bass.
Nice.
When you go to Carnival, check out Gigi's. Some of the best Chinese food.
It's very good.
or is it Japanese? I can't remember. It's
sounds
really
good either way.
It's really delicious. So
yeah, I think everyone in the comments is going to say my favorite cruise food is a cookie, because I don't even know why. You must have the same thing on YouTube, that you say something once and it just becomes a thing. And now, you know, people tag me and things about cookies. It's brilliant. I love it. You know, if I'm going to be known for something.
Right. Cookies. Yeah.
For a moment, it was a churro. You remember that?
Yeah.
It said something about a churro, and for the next 6 weeks, it was a churro.
Like everyone commenting about churros.
But I think everyone now is like, Griff likes the apple blossom or the cream brulee. That's usually
it does make me laugh. And I don't know if it happens to you guys. If you meet people on ships and they tell you things that you have said on the internet about yourself, like I will talk about my cat Hudson, and someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh, hi, where's Hudson?" And I'm like, "How do you know?" It just for a second, you know, you forget, don't you? It just particularly with food, someone will say, you know, how were the cookies on this cruise, or what was the best type of potatoes? Potatoes were another thing that we I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's an interesting thing. But
I know what you're talking about. We've had it.
People know that you order salmon a lot. There you go.
They know you more than you know yourself.
Griff, you order salmon a lot.
I order salmon a lot.
Actually, we eat salmon a lot. We do.
Griff, you order salmon a lot. He goes, okay, cool. Yeah, they know me better than I know myself. I was like, the braised short rib. They're like, no, it's the salmon.
Yeah, no, honestly, like drinks and things, it's amazing. It blows my mind. But I suppose, I don't know, if I say something, it's only me to remember, whereas I've got, you know, everyone, it's one to many, if that makes sense. I try and remember, you know, when I meet people, it will be, oh, you're the person who booked this thing, or this happened, but it's harder that way, I think. Just with the number.
Right.
I'm going to throw everybody off our next vlog. I'm like, I'll have the salmon. No, wait, the steak.
Yeah, exactly. We have questions about what are our favorite beverages. I've got a cup of tea here and a squash. Are you an alcoholic beverage package kind of person, or a soda package, or nothing?
We usually don't get anything. So typically when we're on cruises, we drink a ton of water, and we bring our own. Yeah, we bring our own wine. Yeah, so that's usually what we do. We did get the drink package on the Wonder because Royal Caribbean gifted it to us, which was really nice. We took advantage of that.
Yeah, nice. Why not?
We don't often buy it because, you know.
And even then, when they gave us the drink package, I felt like we spent it more on the coffees and the juices more than anything.
I don't know. I had a lot to drink then.
Oh wait, I remember. Yeah, it was. Like
I had like 43 drinks.
43 drinks.
Oh wow!
But I was experimenting and testing, because on the one, they had so many new bars and so many new drinks. I was like, I have to try them all.
And I don't drink a lot. I'll order a drink and I won't even finish half of it most of the time, unless it's a Cuba Libre, which is the rum and Coke.
I was like, I usually finish.
Yeah, you should usually finish my drinks.
Yeah, same. I mean, for me, it's not normally worth it to get an alcohol package, because I just would chase it to try and get it, and I would just feel, you know, I'd say, oh, I feel so seasick. Are you seasick, or did you just have like too many cocktails? So it's a soda package for me, just because I do have a soda problem. I drink a lot of soda, but that's fine for me. I'm just looking at the time, and we are zooming towards our 1 hour time. Can you believe it? I told you, like, these go so unbelievably fast. I've just got to say quickly, thank you for a couple of super chats. One from Midships. Hello, Midships. How is the charity Brave the Shave drive going? It is going well. Thank you, Corey, for my little shout out about my shave. It is going well. I think we're on $16,000. I haven't even done it yet.
Wow. Nice. Congratulations.
But I have to do it now. Like, there's no turning back now.
No. Yeah.
Thank you, Chad, for my super chat too. Yes, fastest hour of the week. Absolutely. I will give you guys a minute. Do you want to say anything? Tell people to follow you. Say what you do on your channel. Just take the stage for a minute, and I'll look at the comments.
You got anything to say?
You always have something to say.
I was going to say thank you for hosting us and allowing us to come on the show and talk to you for a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen you, and it's great to see you here. Can't wait to see you in person. And thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. It is nice to have you. I mean, the only reason I haven't had you on here before is just because we're so busy and we're always doing things. And I asked, you know, who do we want to see on these live streams? And I'm trying to work through the list of the guests, and you guys came up so many times, so it was so nice to finally get on.
Same for you.
Yeah.
So morning show set up and nice and cleaned up, we'll invite you over.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I'm normally watching, so happy to do that anytime. But yeah, so many lovely comments in here. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined us. Thank you for your questions and comments and everything. I will be back next week. I think it's just going to be me next week, which will be nice and calm one for us. But thank you so much, everybody in the chat. We will say goodbye for now and have a good weekend, everybody. Bye, guys.
Bye. Nice to meet you.